Hello and welcome to this Liverpool news roundup here on Anfield Agenda. My name is Conor and I'm here to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news, including a surprise link with a Sunderland goalkeeper, because what could possibly go wrong with Liverpool signing an in-form Sunderland goalkeeper? We have some news around Alexis Mac Allister, Harvey Elliott, Arne Slot. We have some news on Curtis Jones, Jarell Quansah, Rio Ngamoha and Conor Bradley and Florian Wirtz. Loads of news to go through this afternoon. Before we get into it, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's jump straight into the news. Let's start off with the goalkeeper situation then. So this is from Football Insider then, who say that Chelsea, Manchester City and Liverpool are interested in signing Sunderland's Netherlands goalkeeper Robin Roofs, with the club expecting offers above £50 million for the 23-year-old. The Black Cats completed the January signing of Melker Elberg because they are expected to agree a deal of £50 million for Roofs in the summer. Now, he did only join them in the summer, just gone for about €10 million, I believe. He has been fantastic from everything I've read about and seen about him. I can't say I watch a huge amount of Sunderland, but anything I have seen from him, he looks good. I don't really understand where this link is coming from. Even Manchester City, they have Donnarumma and Trafford. We have Mamardashvili and Alisson. Unless the club has lost faith in Mamardashvili and we're looking at Robin Roofs to be the new Alisson Becker moving forward, it just doesn't really make sense to me, does it? Especially at £50 million. If you're going to spend that, it must be that we think he's the number one choice to come in. I think it's bollocks ultimately. I'd imagine it probably is just a bit of PR work from Sunderland's side, just trying to boost his price up, linking all these top clubs. And look, I'm sure he'd do a job with any of those clubs. I just don't really see the need for him at Liverpool or Manchester City. Maybe Chelsea, to be fair, but I don't know why we're being dragged into this one. It could just be a lazy link, given the fact he's Dutch as well. It could just be an Arne Slot thing. So probably wouldn't pay too much attention to this one. I don't think it's probably going to happen, but interesting to say the least. Moving on to Harvey Elliott then. This is from Greg Evans of The Athletic, who says that sources close to Harvey Elliott say that he had hoped for an early return to Anfield in January. However, Aston Villa would have had to have paid a fee to terminate the deal, something they were unwilling to consider, whilst Liverpool would not waive the fee. I'm not sure what the fee is, to be honest, but I think that's bad form from the club in all honesty. You see how much he's struggling, you see the fact he's not going to play. I think, is it 2 or 3 games away now from hitting that clause that Aston Villa are? They're just not going to play him this season, so it's basically a full season of him sitting on the bench. It's fairly short-sighted as well, to be fair. Whatever the fee is, it's probably not a huge amount. It's probably something like £3 or £4 million, but Harvey Elliott being a full year out of football basically is going to drive his value down more, when we do go to sell him in the summer. Or else if he comes back in the summer and we want to use him, he's basically out of fitness, out of match sharpness. It just doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. We've given out about enough on this channel, to be fair, but that is disappointing to see that he had hoped to come back to Anfield and Liverpool just didn't really make it happen. It's very disappointing. On the future of Harvey Elliott then, this is from Football Italia, who say that Harvey Elliott is set to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. Italian club Como are looking for a replacement for Nico Paz, and Cesc Fabregas believes Elliott has the right qualities for their project. That would be a great move for him, to be fair, working under Cesc Fabregas, if he's still there, of course, and Como, the destination as a thing just in general will be great, and they are a football club on the rise as well, so I would wish him well if he does leave in the summer. I expect he probably will, and Como could be a very interesting one for him. Alexis Mac Allister then, of course, he has been linked with a move away to Real Madrid in recent days, but his father Carlos has come out and spoke about it, saying Alexis is fully focused on Liverpool and the current season. He's very happy and very comfortable at the club. So that remains to be seen. He didn't rule it out entirely to say that he'll never move to Madrid. I probably wouldn't ever say that, to be fair. But interesting to see that he has come out and just basically backed up that he's happy at Liverpool. And it could be one that develops in the future. But definitely not over, I would say. Definitely keep an eye on that one. But for now, anyway, Alexis is fully focused and very happy at Liverpool. Moving on to the manager then, we have a few different quotes here. So Lewis Steele has said that based on noise from the hierarchy, Arne Slot retains firm backing at Liverpool, and that was followed up by Ian Doyle of The Echo, who said that there's no suggestion that Arne Slot is in danger of being sacked anytime soon, so there'd be no reason to contact Xabi Alonso. Judging by this and the fact that that Reds round table came out the other day and all, it probably does look like he's going to get the rest of the season. And look, we have to just make our peace with that at this point. I think unless it goes horribly wrong, we lose the next 5 games in a row, he probably will make it to the summer at least. And look, I'll just get behind him while he's here. I'm not going to piss him on about it. I hope that the recent results do continue and we start to progress a bit more, but I would still have my doubts as to whether he'll be here next season or not. Michael Owen then, he was speaking about, and to be fair, I brought up Jermaine Pennant's comments yesterday saying he thought Slot should be sacked. Michael Owen is firmly in the Slot in camp, and I thought it was only balanced to bring this one to you today. So he said, I'm in the Slot in camp. I just think it's very premature to be thinking about it. Here's a manager that's had his first season in the Premier League and won the league. That's incredible. It was incredible. No one's taken away from that. It's just more based on what we're seeing now and what we think will happen in the future is what people in the Slot out camp are on about, to be fair. So look, respect Michael Owen's opinion on this one. Like, everyone's entitled to an opinion. I'm not going to jump down his throat for trying to back the manager ultimately, but yeah, I thought it was only fair to bring up a slot in comment today after I brought up a slot out comment yesterday. Let's fly through the quick bits of news then. This from Gazzetta Italia, who said it was Liverpool themselves who proposed the Curtis Jones deal to Inter, who promptly reached an agreement with the player. However, Liverpool then decided to back out, with both his contract expiring in 2027 and the fear of weakening the squad playing a role. Ian Doyle then, speaking about Rio Engamoha, said Rio Engamoha would probably have had greater exposure if Liverpool had been comfortably winning games more often, but there has been little appetite to expose the youngster to the troubles of the autumn. Now look, I actually, like, the more I think about this situation, the more I think it probably is right to keep him out of harm's way, let's say, like, in terms of, like, if we are struggling in a lot of games, like, he shouldn't be throwing him into toxic environments or negative environments too much at that age. I still think he should be getting a few more minutes than he has been getting, but I do understand the logic here. What I will pick up on, though, is the fact that it says we don't expose him to the troubles of the autumn. Like, can we not pretend that it was only autumn? Like, it was autumn, winter, we're now into spring, you know, like, just saying it wasn't exactly just autumn, was it? But I do ultimately understand the logic here. Andy Brassel then was talking. He said, I wonder if at some point Jarell Quansah maybe comes back. I think that has to be a question as well. Look at Danny Carvajal having his year in Leverkusen before going back to Real Madrid and becoming a Real Madrid legend. That's always a possibility, I think. Of course, Liverpool do have a buyback clause there. They also have a contract agreed with Jarell Quansah in the event that he does come back. I'm not sure when the clause actually kicks in. I don't think it's as soon as, like, within a year of him leaving, but at some point in the future, I'm sure Liverpool will consider it. If we do use the buyback clause, I'm sure it will be a good deal in the sense that, like, he's kind of exceeded expectations and he has hit the levels that the club thought he might get to. So look, it'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on in the coming years. But yeah, don't expect that this summer. But who knows? God only knows at this point. Next up then, Lewis Steele, speaking about Conor Bradley, said, despite rumours this week that Conor Bradley is going to be on the treatment table longer than first feared, as it stands, the defender is still hopeful of being back for the start of next season and is not fully ruled out of the World Cup. So if you haven't seen it, yesterday there was a report from an injury expert basically saying that it might be 2027 before we see Conor Bradley again. Hopefully that is untrue. Hopefully Lewis Steele's point here of him, like, not being ruled out of the World Cup and stuff, hopefully that is the case and he's back within the next, whatever, 5 or 6 months. But just hoping that Conor Bradley makes a full and speedy recovery, really, because, like, it's so hard seeing a young lad's career be ruined by injury. So yeah, hopefully he is back for the World Cup and hopefully he's ready for the start of next season. Right, nearly there. 3 more little quick bits. First of all, Florian Wirtz has been nominated for the Premier League Player of the Month in January. Fully deserved. I hope he goes on and wins it because he has been fantastic. So congratulations to Florian on that one. An interesting piece of news then as well. Celtic are in advanced talks with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. The Hoops are confident of completing the signing as a free agent, and that is from Sky Sport. So Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to Celtic is an interesting one. I see Celtic fans aren't very happy about it. But look, he's a player who's bags of experience. He's had his fitness issues in recent years, to be fair, but if he can stay fit, I'm sure he can add a lot to that team. So I think ultimately Celtic could do far worse than getting Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in, especially for free. If his wages are fairly reasonable, then I think it's definitely worth a punt for them. And finally, last thing I want to bring up, Florian Wirtz has the same amount of non-penalty goals in the last 38 days than Bukayo Saka has managed in the last 429 days. I will just leave that one there. I mean, there's levels to this game, isn't there? Florian Wirtz is just Ballon d'Or worthy. Saka is just, you know, just somewhere around here. But yeah, look, Saka's obviously a fantastic player. But I think, again, I feel like Florian Wirtz went through such negative PR and negative, like, hits on his ability as a player and stuff that you have to just highlight these things when you can. So yeah, 4 non-penalty goals for Florian Wirtz in 38 days, the same amount as Saka in the last 429 days. I will leave you with that one. That's all from me this afternoon anyway. If you have enjoyed the video, again, hit the big thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.